What small gesture meant the world to you? When I was 14, I'd already figured out how life worked. You don't expect anything from anyone, and you don't get disappointed. Simple math. My dad left when I was like 2. I don't even remember his face. My mom was around technically, but most nights she'd be knocked out on the couch with a bottle next to her, and I'd just make myself ramen or whatever we had left in the cupboard. At school, I was basically furniture. Not bullied, not popular, just there. I'd sit in the back, do my work, go home. Repeat. I had this one hoodie I wore almost every day because it had big pockets, and I could just disappear into it. Teachers knew my name, but that was about it. I was the kid who turned in assignments on time and never caused problems, so nobody really looked twice. My birthday that year was on a Tuesday. I woke up, got dressed, went to school. My mom didn't say anything because she probably didn't even know what day it was. I didn't tell anyone because what was the point? At lunch, I sat alone like always, eating the free meal they gave out, and I just thought about how this was my 14th birthday, and it felt exactly like a random Wednesday in March. Then in homeroom that morning, Miss Harmon called me over to her desk. She taught English, and I had her for 3rd period, but homeroom was just where they took attendance and made announcements. I walked up thinking maybe I forgot to turn something in or messed up a paper. She had this little white box on her desk, wrapped in shiny blue paper with a silver ribbon. "Hey, I think this is yours," she said, holding it out. I just stared at it. "What?" "It's for you. Open it." My hands were shaking a little when I took it. I didn't understand what was happening. The wrapping paper made that crinkling sound when I tore it, and inside was this tiny silver necklace with a heart charm. It wasn't fancy, probably cost like $10 at the mall, but I looked at it like someone just handed me a bar of gold. "I heard you mention last week your birthday was coming up," Ms. Harmon said, smiling. "Figured you should have something to mark the day. I don't even remember telling anyone my birthday. Maybe I said it to someone in passing or wrote it on some paper she saw. I just stood there holding this necklace and my throat got really tight. I managed to say thank you, but my voice came out weird and quiet. Then I went back to my seat and put it on right there. The clasp was hard to close because my fingers wouldn't stop shaking. This girl named Becca who sat next to me glanced over and said, "That's cute. Where'd you get it?" I just shrugged and said my teacher gave it to me. She looked confused but didn't ask more questions. I wore that necklace every single day for the next 4 years. I wore it in the shower. I wore it to bed. I wore it until the silver started turning my neck a little green and the chain got tangled and rusty. Even then, I kept it in my pocket everywhere I went. When I finally had to stop wearing it because the clasp broke completely, I put it in a little box and kept it in my backpack. What Ms. Harmon didn't know, what I never told her, was that nobody had ever given me a birthday present before. Not once in my entire life. No cake with candles, no cards, no wrapped boxes, nothing. My mom forgot every year or was too out of it to care. We didn't have family who came around. I'd see other kids at school talking about their birthday parties or showing off new phones or whatever, and I'd just think that was something that happened to other people, not me. That necklace made me feel like I actually existed, like I wasn't just taking up space. Someone noticed I was alive. Someone remembered a random thing I said and thought I mattered enough to do something about it. It sounds dramatic, but that's how it felt. For the first time, I felt seen. The next year on my birthday, Ms. Harmon gave me a book she thought I'd like. The year after that, a gift card to the coffee shop near school. By senior year, she helped me fill out college applications and wrote me a recommendation letter that probably got me into state. She never made a big deal about any of it. She'd just smile and hand me something small and say happy birthday. But those little things kept me going when everything else felt like it was falling apart. I'm in my 20s now. My mom's getting help finally.